It's the problem that I had also with another flashback shot from last episode of Briar's memories. He's going
Yeah.
through them, and there are shots from just the episodes, right? So there's one of like Briar's own ass. It's like,
Yeah.
what? Whoa, where did you get that vision from? There wouldn't have been a security camera. I can't explain how you're looking at your own butt. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Lessons, and we are back with another episode of Macross Frontier. Before anything else, though, we have a couple of comments. Of course, from Macross 7. I believe that's Lessons' favorite of all the shows. First one up from Elios Quadruple Zero from the episode Pretty Devil. No, it's normal women's sizing. Hips, waist, bust. AKA 3 sizes. You don't remember what we were talking about during that episode? Men's sizes use waist, inseam, and neck. SDF Macross is music and... Sorry, there's typos in this, so let me try and correct on the fly here. SDF Macross is music to stop a war. Plus is music can control a mind. 7 is music is universal. It affects everyone no matter than if they're human or not. There's more to this, but spoilers for now. The first real proto-Devlin. Physica's wife was cheating on him and had already moved on. It goes with the song lyrics. Basara is meant to be big open question till they tell you. Sorry, there's no question mark there. That was inflected by me. Wraith comparison is really good, actually.
Except that Bizarra turns out to be not really an open question at all.
Sure it is.
No, he's like so flat. He said from the beginning he wanted to sing to the universe, and at the end he sang to the universe.
But does he ever answer any questions?
Well, if an open question doesn't get it, he says he's going to get an answer. We don't get an answer, except that he was shouting at a mountain somewhere.
Well,
That's it.
Is he? He's the thing statement. The thing statement. I'm sorry, Elios. Basara is meant to be a big open question. Does he ever answer any questions?
No, and that sucks.
So he's a big open question then.
He's a flat note. That's what he
I mean,
is.
we're both gonna argue the whole till they tell you. So obviously, I'm not arguing that point. But he is a big open question. In that we know next to nothing. Given that the segment about his backstory is also conjecture, apparently.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't. Spoilers. Careful, Bizarre.
So that's spoilers. We're all the way mostly through
Macross
Frontier.
Sarcastic.
Well, then use a sarcastic voice.
Oh, is there a sarcastic voice that I should be using?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And I didn't use it?
No, you didn't.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Sorry. I mean, that's the joke now.
Yes.
But you didn't before.
Okay.
I mean, you obviously did a second ago when you were fake inflecting sarcasm, but you didn't before.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can stop using it now.
Now I can't stop.
Be sarcastic for the rest of the day. You get in trouble all day. Hey, weren't you going to take a ride to get that stuff for us? Yeah, I totally was. Wait, are you? Or... Because we really need that. It's not just for us. Oh, yeah, I'm totally getting that. I'll be right on it.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Walks into room, closes door.
Welcome to my life.
But yeah, no, I mean, the stuff, I don't remember if I said that during the episode, but the stuff they're saying about the music, I said during Macross 7 already.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the benefit of having finished Macross 7 and then reading the comments now, is that the stuff people are saying about it is stuff that I've already said, so I feel vindicated in that.
I mean, Universal is some weird doctor with a, dressed up like something other. gives you a super pack that gives you the ability of their song to turn into a beam weapon. But yeah, sure.
I don't feel like you can argue anymore.
No.
I mean, not specifically because you didn't like Macross 7, but I mean, we already had these discussions between ourselves before the commenter,
Yes.
which is, I'm
Yeah.
saying, the vindication of the point here is that our contact with you presenting us this is already after we discovered it ourselves,
Yes.
aka hips, waist, and bust is the 3 women's sizes.
Mhm. Who would have thought?
I very much appreciate that the men's sizes are waist, waste, waist in semen neck.
Mhm.
All right. Next comment and last comment. Shadow 4002 from also Pretty Devil. I have always wondered about the nature of Physia's wife and child. I doubt Gamlin would have been directed to the wrong individual, and so I will agree that most likely he is divorced. Docker, statement about the situation being more complicated is likely apt.
Yeah, I think we talked about that. That they were either divorced or like the first commenter said he was cheating on him. But wow, cheating on him to the point that they had a what? No, wait a minute. The child was
In this picture.
yeah, but was the child's physicus? Now that's the question. He's all about I'm going to give my kid a music box, but if she was cheating on this with this other guy, the child might not even be his. So he died thinking that he had a child and he wanted to give this music box to her. Wow. What a what a dupe. What a maroon. Wow.
RJ Maroon from Roger Rabbit.
Mm. Well, he also died because he was playing patty cake with someone else, but still.
Yeah, it's a good tie-in. However, I will point out, not for nothing, that Ilias does post a lot of shit that has no backup.
I'm not saying it isn't. It's just,
Yeah, I'm not saying he's wrong because I have no idea. We actually didn't discuss it that much because we didn't know what the hell was going on.
yeah.
So we didn't like present that he might be getting cheated on or that she moved on or what the hell happened.
Yeah. You got some tragic too. Sucks to be you, dude.
Well, he's dead.
True. It always sucks to be dead, I guess. Unless you want it to. In this
Well,
case,
I hear from a good
it doesn't.
source that once you die, you become property. So it doesn't really
Ah,
matter.
yeah, matter, yeah.
Sorry, watch our Legends of the Galactic Heroes reactions if you want to get deep into philosophy on what is God and who are the secret police.
Yes.
All right, well, obviously we've got a board. I've got a
We
lot of
do.
thoughts, and you don't write anything down for these, so
Oh no. I'm only doing that for seed because I want to make sure I get everybody all ducks in a row. I'm really getting into seed, by the way. Seed Destiny, by the way, that's what we're doing right now.
yeah, fuck the original seed.
Oh, I only watch the movies. I don't want unless I go back to Crunchyroll and watch all of them and
Yeah,
then catch
fuck
up.
that thing I spent actively several hours watching.
I'm not saying. See, now you're being sarcastic. Now
No, I'm being facetious.
that too.
No, actually, I'm being sarcastic about being facetious.
Maybe both.
No, they're two different words with two different meanings, with two different applications.
Are you being sarcastic or are you being facetious?
Actually, I'm being pedantic.
That too.
No, that also.
Now you're
Or
being
as well
infuriating.
also applies.
Yes. Now you're being infuriating.
No, now
Let's
I'm
go
being
to
a
the board.
thesaurus. I'm giving you time
God,
to fucking load the board, man. Take it for what you will.
the board has already been loaded.
I don't know. Sometimes I post it to you and you're like, everything's still blurry. And I fill
This
the
time around,
time waiting.
this time it's been loaded. And who we're going to actually, who there's no major changes because Grace Well, Grace did what Grace did.
There's plenty of changes. There might not be a lot of extra new lines, but some lines got color changed.
I mean, Grace is still green with
With who?
with Leon.
Yeah, is that change?
Oh,
She was working with him,
yeah,
wasn't she? She was giving him secret information. They
yeah,
were
but
working
that already
together.
happened.
Yeah,
That
so
already
why would
happened.
that color change?
That didn't change.
Well, you said it like it
Yeah.
should have.
White with Cheryl, but she was poisoning her.
I mean, yeah, to be fair, that is one I should have changed.
Yeah. And white with Catherine Glass? Split here and it goes down to Catherine as white.
They've met.
Yeah. And that's it. I guess white is just they know each other.
No,
That's
white
it.
is an unknown. If I'm unsure of the relationship between people.
So it should be red between her and Cheryl.
I think
Cheryl doesn't
somehow
know.
what happened here is that well, you can't see my view is I was doing this for you in the audience, is that I somehow missed the whole right-hand side of her thing. Or no, actually, what I probably did is I only looked at the green between her and that Zentradi down at the bottom and completely missed the white lines. I'll figure out what to do about this. Obviously, she's red with Catherine, but there's no reason to make the whole thing red because Cheryl is still white with Catherine.
And should also have an arrow, like you put an arrow between her and Alto, because she's red to Alto, but Alto doesn't know that she's the one that blew up a third of a planet. So,
that's only because I had it green before with a red line going that way to represent that Alto did know. I should probably just delete the arrow right now.
Oh.
Well, she's in open hostility mode. It doesn't really... Subterfuge is not something I've been dealing with lines.
No, but I think actually that red actually works because it implies, yes, there's a reconnection, but it's one way so far.
Yeah, but I guess I could just add a green line because it's more she is in open hostility mode, and Alto might mistakenly think that she's an ally, which seems like the mistaken ally thing is the easier thing to get rid of.
Cheryl also thinks so. Although Cheryl probably has her suspicions.
No, I don't think so, because Michael finds the pill on the floor, and that's when she starts feeling better. So she's clearly already doing the whole psychiatric ward, I'm not going to take the pills anymore, they're driving me crazy thing.
Yeah. So that's about it.
Nope, still more lines. Some added lines you haven't noticed. Color changed lines, of course.
Ranka still one way on Alto. That's all.
Ranka has a color change line.
To whom? To her brother? Blue. Let's see. Blue. Yeah, to Brer. Brer's turn.
Because that was made pretty clear.
Yeah. Well, that was already existing, right?
Nope. Well, it's an existing line. It's color changed. From green to blue.
Green to Cheryl and Alto. That doesn't change anything.
Alto has a color changed line as well.
Oh, I mean,
goddamn cross lines.
What is the red line to Brer? We knew that already.
No, that's the color changed one. He wasn't red before.
He should have been because they fought multiple times.
No, we had this argument last time. Sorry, I'm color changing the line because it crosses another red line. I missed that before. No, he saved Alto's life last time they encountered each other before the last 2 episodes.
And then they fought.
No,
so they have been both fighting.
They fought last recording, which obviously we wouldn't have changed the board for because we were watching it. So the fight that you're talking about happened last time, which is where the board would change now. Before that, the last time they encountered each other, he saved Alto and Ranka's life.
Oh, and also Monica and the Captain Wilder, and
not the only one.
Yeah.
No, not the only one.
Bobby to Oldma?
Yeah. You even commented on it.
Yeah. Oh, but it was more. I thought it was more platonic than anything else.
No. When somebody declares their undying love for you, regardless of how you feel about it, that's not platonic. Platonic would be, I think we should just be friends.
And also, this white line just gets in the middle of the letter, so it's kind of hard to read his name.
Yeah, so just remember his name. It's your
God damn it,
favorite Macross show.
I'm bad with names, okay? And if you cross out the letter, it makes it even harder, okay?
Well, it's just a little trick now. What letter do you think is missing? Obvious.
I don't know. That's why I need the letter.
To be
That's why
fair,
they
you
said
can substitute it with 2 letters and it still basically sounds the same.
Atma, Alma, Akma.
See, now you're minusing letters now. Alma is just without that letter there. So you're like, now you're just getting rid of letters.
It could be 2 M's. It could
Sure,
be an
yeah,
N.
you're right.
Alma.
That's his name. His name is Alma. Alma
There you
Lee.
go.
Anything else?
Right.
Any other changes on the board?
Richard Breyer. No, that was from the preview, so no, that's not it. Yeah, that's about it basically.
All right, well, I guess to go into my notes then. And I will point out that I was writing these notes between the hours of 3 to 5 a.m. this morning.
Yeah.
So take them with what you will. Where is LAI headquarters? Is it on the galaxy? Luca is in the SMS to collect experimental data and test performance on weapons. And they just tested a major weapon. The conversation he has with Leon seems to suggest that they've made some sort of agreement based on his care for his friends, which originally led me to believe that they were talking about the Fold device. But Leon, implying Luca's friendship brought an innocent girl into the fray, and Luca's hesitancy to that would have me think that he is further involved in the Dimension Eater than I'd originally have thought. The connection would go a ways to explaining why Barrera went out of his way to try and save Luca in the past.
I mean, yeah. But I don't.
Because if he's tied to Leon in this respect, and Grace is a manipulator behind the scenes who controls Barrera, then it's possible that if she wants to save that LAI connection of whatever she's doing that manipulates Luca, that she would have Barrera save Luca.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean that Luca knows about the Fold device, the Fold bomb, basically. Oh.
Reasonable doubt, reasonable suspicion.
Hmm.
That's what I'm working on here. I don't have motive, but I have him at the site of a discussion, which is suspicious.
And also, what they were trying to discuss was to use more Fold devices to go.
They don't
after
actually
him?
see what you're doing here is the thing that we argued about specifically when it came to Legend of the Galactic Heroes, which is to say Disney trailers.
Mhm.
Just because 2 scenes are next to each other does not mean that they had to have been related. Just because that we see Alto fly, or the camera flies over the planet and we see the Fold device in space, and then the next scene is Luca and Leon talking about technology that LAI is developing, doesn't mean that these 2 things are related. In fact, it could be a red herring to make us think that those 2 things are related, because again, Lucas states that he's here to collect data and test performance on weapons as well. And then there's an LAI weapon later in that episode. The separation between events could be to influence your ability to put 2 and 2 together.
Or depending on what Grace did to it, it might just be a Fold device that Grace manipulated and turned into a weapon. Remember, he kind of hacked into it, right? So
or she just activated it for all we know.
I could just press the button.
He said, "I'm going to activate the Dimension Eater. Get out of here." To Barrera. So, but his name is eventually just going to turn into a Barrera. You know, the Barrera name convention just does not meld well into my brain. So it's just, you know,
he's the bra, dude.
Anyway, yeah, no, I think it was a weapon from the get-go. Again, they called it Dimension Eater. So yeah, just toss some shade on Luca. I believe he is an unwitting participant.
Yeah. He's too innocent by far.
Well, because he's also clutching his like computer notebook thing when the conversation's happening, indicating that he has something more mentally going on at the moment, which indicates, I don't know, I would suspect him of guilt in that moment, which says to me that there's possibly more going on there, as I said.
Or he suspects.
Well, sure. But if he signed off on getting this thing here because he's in charge of that department at LAI, then it would be his fault. I mean, even if he was manipulated, he is ultimately the one that signed off on getting it out there. I'll admit that maybe I'm too invested in my Renka is a Name theory, as everything in the last 2 episodes seems to push back against it pretty hard. Still, I spent a lot of time slowing down Renka's flashback and zooming in on the picture from aboard the Global. They did go out of their way to hide her mother fairly well. In the picture, she is standing behind what is obviously so half of her is already hidden. The shine obscures most of her face and lightens her hair color. The flashback obscures her eyes and hides her ears, so nothing I can do about the earring theory with that. For half of a second, I thought that the dad looked like a younger Ozma with lighter hair. Ozma was in the 117th Fleet and takes personal blame for not being able to protect everyone, so not 100% impossible. Seems unlikely, not 100% impossible, though.
That's all you got from the slowdown?
The slowdown of yeah, because there's not a lot there. It's literally her, no subtitles, mouth moving. What, am I supposed to point out the fact she's got really gaudy taste in jewelry necklace? Like, she's got pretty big boobs, I know that. What else was I supposed to pick out? Her hair is long and somewhat green. Or actually, it's like a darker color than green. I can't remember off the top of my head right now. Yeah, there's literally nothing there. I stared at it. I literally slowed it down to 0.25% speed and watched for 5 minutes as heavily obscured person barely moves. There's nothing there. It's not my only comment about her family, by the way, so, keep it in your pants. What is a D-pulse burst? Given the base has reactionary weapons and we are all about moving them around at the time, my best guess would be it was used as a high air burst to give off an EMP type effect. Thus why a bunch of electronics all go out without any visible damage or explosions. Global, having a Macross named after him, seems like a good way to honor his legacy. I mean, after the Zentradi bombarded Earth back into the Stone Age, there wouldn't be any evidence left of Global blowing up that North American city on accident anyways.
Okay. It's true. I mean, I think it will be in the record, though. Say lie about it.
Yeah, I mean, who would know, right? If he just went into the data files and deleted all the witnesses are dead, right? I mean, if we know one thing, it's that why do we care about anything if a couple of days later the whole world could be destroyed?
I mean, all the people in the Macross knew. All the command bridge and pilots.
It's a public secret, right? You got other things to deal with, and Global's our leader. And now he's president of the entire... he's a president now. So,
I think he was a supreme commander.
Yeah, of the UN, which is the governing body.
But, it seems to be civilian government at the local level.
Yeah, I said we've never seen a civilian government after the destruction of everything. Because UN Spacey was also calling the shots above any civilian government just before the fight, too. So, I'm just saying, apparently, there's no asterisk next to his name on name and shit. So, all of those people, Canada, that he probably killed?
In Quebec, I think it was. Yeah. Ontario is not in Quebec. Is it? No.
I'm just saying, killed the entire population of a heavily populated city, still got something named after him. Not bad. But then again, there wouldn't have been any survivors anyway.
Ontario is the is a province. So what is the city?
Wow, he killed the entire population of a province. Still got a Macross named after him. Again, like I said,
Yeah.
it is a weird scenario, right?
Probably Toronto. I think he nuked Toronto. That's
I
what
get it.
happened.
It's a weird scenario because one, he is guilty of a massive crime of incompetence, but at the same time helped save all of the remaining humanity. So it's like, I think we kind of have to forgive him on one for the other. Like, sure, that was so dumb, and so many people died, but he did save the rest of us. He's kind of the Gaius Baltar of Macross.
I guess Walter was a moron.
He damned so many people and kind of saved everyone, too.
Yeah.
With a nuke, no less.
Did he save people with a nuke?
Yeah, remember he had to use a nuke for his testing thing, which then ended up actually calling out an actual Cylon. And once you know one of them, the rest of them can't disguise as that guy, so he kind of saved the whole fleet from one particular model of Cylon.
I think the nuke was a bluff.
No.
In fact, the nuke ended up being used to bring the Cylons because there was an explosion of because he handed the nuke to a Cylon.
No, you're talking about a different thing. He had to dismantle the nuke to make his tester. And yes, the tester itself was a bluff, but he did use the nuke to make it. Because remember, he's like, this thing doesn't fucking tell me anything, and they needed something, so he just fucking named somebody at random off of his list, and it turned out they were a fucking Cylon. So, you know, the most annoying shit in a tabletop game that you could possibly do. You know, you're playing Blood Tower or whatever it's called, and you're the Slayer, and you're like, I get one shot, and I can shoot the demon, and everyone's doing like real thick debate about all the information of Yasuo, and you're like, I shoot lessons. And you'd be like, what the fuck, man? I was the demon. I don't know, I just take a shot. I was getting kind of bored. That was what Baltar did during Battlestar Galactica.
But then, man,
I won the game, but you didn't play right. That's why I'm upset. 117th Fleet was researching the Vajra, and then got attacked by them. 3M thoughts, remember. The pills were labeled 639 Witchcraft. I'm still plenty sure that they are poison, which must mean it was Grace's intent for Cheryl to still be in bed when the bomb went off and be killed. You know, unless Witchcraft is like a fold pill. Folded her to safety.
No, I don't think. I think she was meant to be sacrificial lamb for something or other.
The broken picture on board the Global shows Renka with a brother, 2 parents, and a dog. Not for nothing, but the planet in the picture, the planet the picture was taken on, the plant life around them looks exactly like the planet they are currently on. During Renka's flashback, she saw the Global from the outside looking up at it, so that would make sense if they landed on the planet at some point, and it just never left, despite her being on a transport later.
I mean, the Vajra attacked. They could have, and we found the Vajra inside the Global. Then that's probably when the attack happened, right?
But no, the attack we see happens in space, and the transport she's on looks kind of like the same transport model that Cheryl arrives on in episode 1, which is like a normal, like, everybody transport, which would imply that if they were on the Global, that they left at some point and got to a place where they could just get commercial transport.
But also, if this is part of the fleet, then why did not Ozma know about it? Well, it's like, oh no, there's a ship here. They should have known there was a ship here because that ship.
Well, that's not Ozma. That's Alto.
Oh, yeah.
And Renka has the whole memory problem,
yeah.
Which I guess kind of plays into my what if Ozma's her dad thing, in that he doesn't want her to remember very specifically. Remember the bed scene where he's yelling at Alto, and Alto's like, why don't you just tell her? And he's like, it could hurt her, or whatever he says in that moment. And, you know, if he's been pretending to be some guy that's not her dad, and turns out to be her dad. I don't think he is, because obviously he went gray really quick. But I mean, stress will do that to you. But there's just a lot of factors here. I feel like that's in the 5% chance range. I'm just hedging my bets by writing down that guy looks a lot like Ozma for some reason.
Could be his brother.
Renka glows again. The time I initially mentioned was back in episode 7 during the concert where she semi-duets with Cheryl from the midst of the audience. Renka's midsection glows, but so does Cheryl's earring. This time, Renka glows with the injury inflicted on the Vajra. Grace asks if Renka is in the next. What the hell did I write here?
A nest in the nest.
Yeah, but I wrote NEXT. You're right. That is what she asked, though. She asked if it's in the nest. 3 a.m. 3 to 4, 5 a.m. Grace asks if Renka is in the nest, and Barrera says that faint fold waves match the pattern, implying that Renka gives off fold waves, which is interesting for 2 reasons. One is that Leon later references the fact that the Vajra have a habit of using fold transmission waves to locate each other. The other is that it makes me think of Cheryl's connected crystal earrings. Leon's conspirator was searching for similar crystals as payment, and the Vajra Queen had them. Also, Grace says that she is a subject for observation, and its existence is still nothing more than hypothetical.
I mean, it also explains how, for example, the earring that sound travels through space, even though we have Macross 7 to go for. So there's a better explanation is that it affects fold space, and the sound travels through fold space to reach other.
This doesn't make any sense to my previous thing, though.
Well, it can.
No,
it
to the point that the concert that they're having, where the singing is being traveled through the earring. But the fact is that the earring was in Alto's cockpit, and Barrera hears it through a space medium. So,
well, if he's looking for the same fold signature, he could have heard it that way.
We don't have the science behind that. So, once as Perger always pointing out to me, if it isn't said out loud, then we don't know that it exists.
But it's a possibility, as you always say to me.
Sure. But I also know you're gaslighting me during the show. Even though you've pointed out to me that you don't know how to gaslight or won't do that. You've been gaslighting me since episode 7 when I pointed out, hey, her abdomen's glowing. And then you're like, I don't remember that happening. Which is, by the way, a horrible way to gaslight. I'm not nicking you for gaslighting. I'm glad you're doing it. So it implies to me that you're capable of trying to pretend like you don't know what's going on. But actively trying to make me not remember information that I know is horrible and guiding me there. Barrera's control system feels reminiscent of Gould's from Plus. When Mikael shoots the gun out of his hand, we see a flicker of his cockpit, and it's got holographic projectors on the inside, and his helmet is a bit larger, with things that come over just over his forehead. It might be easier for a cyborg to brain interface than it is was for Gould.
I mean, it's like in BattleTech where the clans were genetically engineered to better interface with neural helmets than regular people.
I have to think that Grace's plan was to incite a rebellion in the local Zentradi forces, which then facilitated the movement of reactionary weapons at the same time one of the top idols was in the area. Then the Dimension Eater would simulate the use of so many reaction weapons at once, implying that the Zentradi ways had killed such a popular figure. And while I haven't figured out step 2, step 3 would be war. Well,
just about a crack of the neck.
No, well, I do that constantly while watching a show. You ever see me go?
Yeah, no, but it's like
That's what that is. Well, it's because most of the pain is over here, so they say it's sympathetic pain on this side where it gets all tight and everything like that. So I constantly have to do, which is horrible when I'm getting scans and whatnot. Constantly gotta. But yeah, I know the typical convention would be that reaction weaponry or nukes wouldn't cause that much damage to a planet, but I have to believe that we're so much more advanced in that. Because if you recall back in Macross 7, we were going to use it to destroy a small moon. So if you think that was more reaction weapons than we brought to, what the Zentradi ship might have had, because there was a lot of them. probably more than we had in Macross 7 to take out the Proto-Devlin.
True.
So that, if you think about it, was kind of a moon-shaped divot in the planet, so possibly the
Mhm.
equivalent size of whatever they had
True.
if we were going to false flag this in Trotty. The other theory I was having about Renka being half Vajra, is it possible that her mother was experimented upon and was made into a Vajra herself? Maybe that Vajra queen that took Renka is actually her mother? That's why they sympathetically glowed and why she took her without any clear reason for it. We also got a scene with what looked like a vision of an older Renka, or possibly her mother, in the Vajra vision that sang her own song back at her, the same way her brother did, implying a family song. If true, Alto killed her mom.
I'm going to focus on the song. The mom, when does she speaks, she says this when she's like, "What's this a song? It's a human song." No, no, this song is older than that. That's an important clue for the future. That's what I'm going to say about that.
I want to focus on Alto killed her mom. I mean, made to eat your parents is also coming to my mind. Last episode, we also saw Diamond Leader, implying that Diamond Squad is being represented over here on Frontier as well. Diamond Leader rushes out, shoots down some Vajra, and then Micro Shield punches one in the face. Classic Macross 7 style, over the top action.
But more effectively. Well, yeah, more effective here because usually we're just
Well,
missing.
remember, Diamond Force was Gamlin. Gamlin was the best ace over there in Macross 7.
Yeah, but it was Gamblin, Docker, and what's the guy who
That's old Diamond
committed
Force.
suicide? Yeah, the new Diamond Four was Gamblin and two other guys, which they survived, both of them, I think.
I
Didn't
don't
they?
think they did.
Yeah.
It's still on the board. Let's
Well,
see. I'll remember there. Yeah, Mori survived, and who is the other guy? Mori and Dick. Yep, Dick is alive too.
yeah. I guess you can't go wrong with Dick.
That's gonna be your quote from 2024. Yes, 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 mommy, mommy, mommy. You can't go wrong with Dick. All
Mm.
right, last note here. Renka wants to go home, so the Vajra take her back to the Frontier Fleet and get nuked for it.
I don't recall what happened to Ranka. Did she get nuked too?
Now,
Oh,
remember,
she got
Alto
shot.
kills her mom. You don't remember what happens to Renka?
Yeah, yeah, I know. He goes in, shoots the Varja in the face, and actually, no, it's Rare, I think, who saves Ranka because he slices the top of it and then grabs the thing and just jets away. And he says, "Oh, I'm from the So fleet, blah blah blah, and we came
The
to help." Blah, blah,
So-So
blah.
plate?
I mean, he said a
But it's a
squadron.
bit better than So-So.
Yeah, I don't because I don't remember the number.
There are no
And
numbers.
hmm?
There are no numbers.
Yeah, no, but the squadron he was member of,
Yeah, there was no
and
numbers.
it was from the galaxy.
Well, most things are. This is why I don't say the galaxy. I always say galaxy whenever I'm proper nouning it.
I mean, the galaxy fleet. That's what I meant.
Right. Capital T, capital G. I usually say, to avoid confusion, just galaxy. They came from Galaxy Fleet instead of the Galaxy Fleet, because conceivably they're all the Galaxy Fleets.
And now you're being pedantic
Now,
again.
I'm not being pedantic, technically. I could imagine this going like Stargate Universe. There could be extra galaxy fleets, if like we want to expand on the idea that the Proto Devlin left the galaxy. Um,
Or reality altogether. We don't know what happened with
no,
that.
they left the galaxy. They didn't leave reality. That's what they said at the very end. Was we're leaving the galaxy. God, I can't remember her name. Not the main Proto Devlin, the main point of view Proto Devlin for us, the viewers.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. And I forgot. Said he should be in the board.
Civil.
Sybil, yeah. Shibu.
when she took Isamu, not Isamu,
No, no, wow.
Basara.
No,
To
Basara.
Basara, it felt like a trip across the universe, even though he says the galaxy. So, yeah, I mean, I could see there being it's time to settle other galaxies, Macross thing, because we're already traveling.
Not the asshole.
What?
No, never mind. It's an old joke.
I didn't even hear you. So,
never mind.
Okay. But yeah, no, I mean, I could see it. So it's not pedantic. It's just being very clear about what I'm trying to say. As I said in all of my notes, I don't say the galaxy. I say galaxy on purpose.
Any more notes?
Well, I said that was my last one.
Okay.
All right.
That's it then.
Okay. Well, I guess there's nothing else to do but to get on into it.
But before we get started,
Make sure that you hit the like button.
Hit that subscribe button.
Comment down below to feed that algorithm.
on top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this,
Unfiltered.
Uncensored.
And uncut.
as well as some early access stuff,
You can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
As we always do, start with a recap.
あれは君のふるさとだろ
だってようやく終わるんですもん。
そのための犠牲に
おう
星一つか少々美しさに欠けるね。
でも必要な犠牲よ。これは真の始まりへの序曲なのだから。
その通りだ銀河の歌姫の死と先遣隊の壊滅
I mean, that's what she said.
憎しみは燃え上がる。
Yeah, but there were multiple voices. The original, there were no voices.
Sure, she's the Borg.
健闘を祈るわね。フロンティアの皆さん。
See, that's all the other Cylons. When she's going back to the resurrection ship.
Oh, she did get resurrected.
Yeah, I mean, but I called that before it happened
再
too.
接続開始。
ちょっとまだ感覚はつながないでよ。
でも急がないと。事態が進行中だよ。これを見逃す手はないぜ。
イニシアチブを譲りましょうか。
遠慮しとくよ。あれはそもそも君のボディを模したものだからね。
わかったわ。フォールドリンケージ確認。ダウンロードを開始。さあ、目覚めなさい。もう一人の私。
I didn't know we were watching Noin. To thy other self be true. It's funny to me because I watched the fantasy web series that also has this sort of, well, not the same mechanic. There's like Council of Kings or something. But all they do is they take over dead bodies, or they take over other people's bodies.
Oh,
But
okay.
what they do is they argue with each other because they don't agree on what to do. So you get like the whole council, just the same person but different voices arguing with one another, insulting each other about shit. Same sort of thing though.
Yeah.
Transferring between body to body.
Yeah.
Not a lot of thoughts yourself.
I think we might not be talking. Grace might not be human at all.
I don't know. I think she is a human with multiple personality disorder. It's either that or just a bunch of, uploaded brains.
Yeah.
It's off the top of my thought. Off the top of my thought. Heads.
Yeah.
Off the top of my thought. Heads. That's how that phrase goes.
Yes. So what's the top of your head? Your thoughts? Or your
No.
thoughts are top of your head? Or your head is the top of your thoughts?
My hair, actually. It's on top of my head.
True.
So my head is covered with death.
Yeah, because dead follicle, yeah. Lost piece.
あの検査っていつになったら終わるんですか？
Let's see, we blood
Okay.
test you a whole hell of a lot when you haven't touched anything.
ずっとそればっかりじゃないですか。
Also, her hair, by the way.
戻ってから誰にも
I've been talking about her hair from the episode 1, the fact it moves on its own.
精密検査を依頼した政府にどうぞ。
ちょっと見ない間に随分美人になったな。
アルト君。よかった、無事だったんだね。
あ、待て、なんか。
So yeah, it has to be on inside of her.
バカなやつ。
Okay, is he observing from?
アイランド15は
Oh,
現状のまま
He already announced himself.
アイランド14は再利用可能な資源の抽出後廃棄。
Yeah, remember they got punctured.
800億立方メートル。有機物の損失は1万5000トン。水は2万トンが消失。
They probably had to eject all that stuff to maintain bio, whatever you call it.
もしくは
biostasis, yeah,
他プラントでの浄化が決定しています
balance.
ただし、処理能力の関係で
もういい。
第二次資源統制モードを発令なさったばかりです。こんな時勢に大統領自ら大気汚染はいかがかと存じますが。
このバジュラの勢力図が確かなら物資の問題などさまつなことさ。
インデックス
So no matter where they go.
745オペレーションカニバルはコードネームフェアリーナイン個体名シェリルノームの銀
Well, not wherever they go. There was open holes in that map. Pathways they could take.
But if they're detected,
先行する
they could be
18
overwhelmed.
調査で作戦対象として第25戦団通称マクロスフロンティアが選定されツアーの最終公演となるようスケジューリングされた。主な理由は環境の揺らぎに弱いバイオプラント戦であること。そして最近では珍しくインプラントとサイボーグが禁じられていたこと。
So why? I don't know why that's a good choice for it.
I don't know.
We should go there because it's illegal.
さらには戦団の予定進路が我々の目的
No, I think that was a coincidence.
No, they said why it was a reason to go there. I guess maybe if it's illegal, they're not used to dealing with it.
Yeah.
Poison, right? That's the name of the character. That she looks like.
Yeah. It seems to be like a clip show of sorts, kinda. Oh, it's Grace report.
But
この時点での優先度は低かった。熱烈な歓迎だったわよね。
のんきなものだな。我々がバジラをこの戦団に誘導してきたとも知らず。
There you go.
you're saying that like it's a revelation. I've been saying all this shit already. I'll let you know when something is new. I mean, now that nobody's talking, nothing's going to be new, but...
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you didn't even mention the person on the board that died.
Who died?
It's one of the pilots.
No, I mean, Luca didn't die. Michael hasn't died. Didn't die.
Correct.
Alto's not dead.
Correct.
Odma's not dead.
Correct.
Who died?
One of the pilots.
Huh?
One of the pilots.
Who's pilot?
Who's pilot?
Who?
I don't
From
know.
SMM?
The characters aren't piloted by anybody, so who's pilot's not question.
Nobody that we care about died that I know of.
Nobody we care about? Oh man, you're mean to one of your own favorite characters.
Michael didn't die.
Nope.
What's her name? No, I mean, what's it? No. Who? Okay, who died?
I'll give you a hint. She died.
She died? What's her name? No, our Centrati. None of the Centratis died as well. So.
Incorrect.
What do you mean? You mean what's her name? No, she didn't die. She's still alive. She was in micronized form.
What's her name? Well, you're wrong because one of them did have a name. So.
あれ一番 Q1 の存在と才能を疑っていた君が言う
間違いを素直に認められるところが私のいいところよ。
いい声だ。この映像がもっと早く手に入っていれば。
Oh, Ramira?
Mm-hmm.
Man,
they gave her a screen. Fuck you. I don't know how to react to it. That's doing that important. You know, Clan talked about her being one of the first people that joined with her after the fight at Earth. So she was one of the first early joiners. Plus, she got screen time showing her life outside of being a pilot just earlier in that episode before she died. It's the other girl that we don't know any fucking thing about.
Yeah, you talk about Clan, I would have like, oh man, Clan died. No, Clan, she didn't die.
Well, no, of course. You guessed like fucking everybody and couldn't figure out who died, so clearly you didn't care. Gotta be the equivalent of a dancing ant. This Centrati fucking huge. She's dancing at a distance.
あんなところにギャラクシーの生き残りがいたなんてね。幸運だったわ。ギリギリで救出してもらえて。では、お大事に。ありがとう。ほんと感謝しないとね。そのパイロットのおかげで、また。
By the way, where were you? How did you get off the planet?
でも、やっぱりギャラクシーは。バジュラの攻撃でメインランドもすごい被害を受けて緊急ホールドでどこかへ跳躍したらしいけどそれでも無事では済まないだろうってそんな顔しないで全滅したって決まったわけじゃないんだから希望はまだあるのよいつか帰れるって
But what was the point of the blood switch? Is it that the blood she switched has the virus in it? Or is it to hide the drugs that might still be in her system?
Or there's something about her blood that is important.
しっかり治るまではお仕事全部キャンセルしますからね。ちょっと待って。今仕事を休むのは嫌よ。どうして？
Remember, she said no, man.
だって怖い？そんな今回の一件でますます人気が上がってるものね。ランカさん別に私は大丈夫よあなたは強いもの全開したらまた嫌ったほど仕事を入れてあげるからちょっと待って
I'll make sure of it. Also 27.8 degrees. I don't know what Celsius to Fahrenheit, so.
Cold. Not cold, but.
切り捨てたはずなのに生きて帰ってくるんですもの
Yeah, obviously not so important that they weren't about to kill her. So again, it seems to me that she must be trying to hide something. Nom 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 nom, blood. Yeah, she already referred to her as Little Queen.
Yeah. Image in daily life, yeah.
Oh, mid-roll, okay.
Yeah. Remember, she used to work at the restaurant.
As far as I know, she still does.
例のギャラクシーのパイロットの件だけど、アルト君の言う通りね。ガンカメラの映像とも照合したけど、ガリア4壊滅以前からフロンティアの近くに出没していたのと同じ機体なの。
匂うな、アルトのやつ。
Sorry, I've been hotboxing you with my farts.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
口封じ
いや、もっとでかい裏がありそうだ。
あいにくだけど、父はグラス大統領はこの件には絡んでないわ。
That makes it worse that your father doesn't know anything.
いいのよ。私も気
Well,
に
no,
な
I
っていた。
mean, his racism is being manipulated against him.
すまない。
うん。
Yeah, against
しかし、
Centrati.
どう
Centrati.
すれば一番怪しいのは。
Leon. Yeah, of course, duh.
Goes without
確
saying.
信があったわけじゃない。117船団の生き残りだったとはいえ、血液検査はしろ。記憶もないというし。
Be funny if Leon was her brother.
と思って監視は続けたが。
That the whole Briar thing is just a... Oh, look, it's that famous musician.
Yeah.
If the show is just filled with red herrings and Briar is just a red herring, Leon's actually her brother.
あれと、ちょっと待って。
どうした？具合まだ悪いのか？
いいわよ。入って。
Oh, it's 82 degrees Fahrenheit. I didn't see the other side.
なんだ、思ったより元気そうだな。
何よあると、やっとお出まし。
That's pretty hot.
随分と
For me, that's hot.
Mm.
Anything like above 75 is warm to me.
お加減いかがですか？ランカちゃん。
Well, she was your #1 fan, so. But I think she was hoping,
Modern Lin Min May.
Min May. Wow. She was hoping for someone long time with Alta, but oops. Formal Mall.
Yep, Fomo got erased from history. Can't even remember his name right. Well, to be fair, he is somewhere else in the galaxy right now.
Yeah.
Doing fuck all.
ああ、うん。まあ。
この歌、嘘。どうして？
これってまさか。
私たちのデートの時の。デート？
あ、違うって。にしても。
See, at least something happens in this triangle.
Yeah. There's some movement.
超恥ずかしい。結構素敵よ。初々しくて夢見る乙女って感じで。
Well, because she is a young girl, dreamy girl singing.
The shot included somebody playing the guitar, but there was nobody there.
Oh, there were different people playing. They were Centrati who joined in. It basically became a
Which
jam
means that
session.
the whole mall security cameras were being used for this.
ライブの時も、この間の戦いの時も。ありがとう、アルト。
シェリル。
It's the problem that I had also with another flashback shot from last episode of Briar's memories. He's going through them, and there are shots from just the episodes, right? So there's one of like Briar's own ass. It's like, what? Whoa, where did you get that vision from? There wouldn't have been a security camera. I can't explain how you're looking at your own butt.
私たちの気持ちがすごいすごいすごいよアルト君。
おいランカ、ただの空耳かもしれないし。
Let me know what you want, I will give you. シェリルさん。How fantastic to be with you.
I think if Cheryl was a real person, looking at her would give me a headache. I mean, she freaking glows, is my thing.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Now they're having a duet or sing off.
Yeah, but I'm not really going to appreciate it until I'm watching this in my note taking, so I can actually hear everything fully.
Oh.
So less of a triangle, more of a polycule.
He's trapped in the middle. He's like, where do I go? I can jump the rail or what? Oh, shit. Guy with bandage head going, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen this place already. It's where I commented about the whole insurance policies of the Macross world.
Uh-oh.
Wait a second, this isn't right. We found out from Mayor Milia that the singing cures diseases.
Yeah, but that was Macross 7.
She had a cold. She heard Basara sing. She got better. I'm not an escort.
This is a clip show, but with a lot of stuff thrown in. For good measure, I guess. Which makes for a good clip show.
Which makes it a forced clip show. Because to know what's happening, you have to watch the clip show.
Pretty fancy mansion you got there.
さすがに用心深いわね。さ、私たちも行くわよ、王子様。はじめまして。
Grace isn't her mom, is she?
でも、どうして政府が私のためにプロジェクトチームを？
それは君が。
Because she could have uploaded herself into anybody and doesn't have to look like her old one.
バジュラに？
Because she was on the ship. She said that.
はい、ランカさん。グレイスさん？
そしてもう一人。以後、君のボディーガードとして常に行動を共にする。
Oh, great! You just handed her to the yeah.
ご主人様、早乙女アルトさん。
Hello.
失礼いたしました。
なんだここ。おい。ようこそ。
I like trains. I'm of that age.
Yeah. And he's Centrati.
Oh, we knew that already.
But a full size Centrati.
Playing with this train set. Like I said, it's a forced clip show, so just essentially I'm gonna have to go back and pick up everything because I was treating it like a clip show.
Mm-hmm. They changed the ending too.
I think this was the last ending.
No, I think
last
they're
episode.
jumping them through. Well, I had to go back and watch and see.
No, actually, I think you're right. I for some reason I remember seeing this. Well, not this part. Maybe I'm just remembering them traveling through their no fold space of thing. Oh man, don't do this. You're gonna make it a hard edit.
I guess you have to edit the song out there. I mean, we're in episode 15 out of 25, so only have 10 episodes to go. This is rushing to the end. And there is Galaxy Fleet.
Yeah, I said it would be fine. Well, what about 500,000 years of Proto-Devlin history?
自分の歌がバジュラへの切り札。突きつけられた事実にランカが出す答えとは。次回ランカアタック戦略の歌。
I think I can take her.
Okay.
How many Renkas can you take? Or one giant Renka?
I mean, what do you mean by taking?
I guess she's what, 18, right?
No, she's 16.
I'm pretty sure that we covered that she was an adult age, and I don't believe that I had to make the argument that she's an age of majority in Japan. I think
Yeah, she was
I think they
17,
said that she's
17.
actually an adult.
Yeah, 17. Oh, her brother said, you're going to turn 17 and you're going to be an adult since, so she turned 17. So she's legally an adult in this universe.
Again, I don't disbelieve what you're saying, but I'm pretty sure that we've had a conversation before that labeled her as an adult here, not there.
Yeah, no. I mean,
17 isn't an adult here. 18 is an adult here.
yeah, but not in Japan. So,
Well, no, it would be an adult in Japan, too.
yeah.
17 would be an adult over there, not here. But I'm pretty sure we had a conversation that she's an adult here as well. I don't remember the specific conversation. I remember the feel that we've had that conversation before, though.
Yeah, we'll have to double check.
Because otherwise, I'm not jumping headfirst into a discussion of you taking Renka in any other way. You're the one who brought that up. I said, how many Renkas could you take? And you're like, suggested that I didn't mean in a fight. That I wasn't pulling the, you want to fight one giant kid or 100 kids? Like, how many kids could you take? And you're like, how do you mean take a kid? Yeah, but then you turned around and said, how do you mean take? And I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? I believe we said Renka was an adult age.
Okay.
Yeah, as I say, you went a real creepy, weird way with it, and I'm like trying to cover our bases here with, I'm pretty sure we had a discussion that Renka is an adult in our society.
Yeah, no, I guess I can take on 100 little kids.
I mean, I would think so. Well, maybe not. Yeah. Maybe not now. Now I'll be relegated to kicks. I wouldn't be doing a lot of arm shit. And, 100 kids come at you at once. I can get pulled down.
Yeah, once that happens, you're done.
Yeah. So. Also, not for nothing, but kids can use tools. They're not like animals, so.
Be chanked by a screwdriver or something. That would be nasty.
Or anything. I mean, pick up rocks. I'm just down.
They're just recreating the lottery at that point.
You mean Scarlet Letter?
No, the lottery.
Yeah, the lottery was from the Scarlet Letter.
No, there's a short story called The Lottery.
Scarlet Letter? Scarlet Never. I think it's Scarlet Letter.
The Scarlet Letter is another short story, but not the one I'm referring to.
Anyway. Yeah, I mean,
it was a clip show that it was a clip show.
None of the information given here changes anything that I've thought so far. Like, it's not new information. Like, oh, the galaxy is safe. Cool. I thought it was a false flag operation from the beginning, so I always thought the galaxy was going to be safe.
Yeah. Although I'm thinking now that Grace is a third party and not
Grace is from the 117th Fleet.
Yeah. So she's not the Galaxy. The Galaxy Fleet is as much a victim of Grace machinations.
I don't believe that to be true either. She could be from both. It doesn't mean that she's not working for both either. Obviously, why would the Galaxy Fleet be there and fine if they didn't have a hand in it as well? Also, remember that Brera also had other pilots with him. He's not acting independently, yeah, so he's operating with the Galaxy, which means that she also has to have a base somewhere. Her body didn't just, reform from nothing. So everything I've said so far hasn't been disproven or given me sufficient new evidence to think anything else.
Mm.
Which is, again, why I'm good with just making something up out of the blue, because that's how theories work. I'm taking the evidence that I've got, making something up that fits it to the best of its ability, and then testing it against new information, and none of the new information disproves anything.
No, man, I think you missed something.
If I did, it's your fault.
Why is it my fault?
Because you've had sufficient time to indicate any clues or hints to me. But you've actively been trying to make me forget information. Like Ranka's stomach glowing. You're like, did that happen? I don't remember that.
I actually told you to slow down episode 14. You say I did, and you didn't see what I was talking about.
Well, I don't remember you even saying that. So
yes.
You say yes all you want. Remember, I'm the editor. I had to listen to you say stuff twice, 3 times.
And you said it's like, oh, I did. And it's like, did you miss anything? It's like, oh, I didn't miss anything. Unless, talking about, Ranka's mom's big boobs. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, because I didn't miss anything. I'm indicating to you that I looked at everything.
Mm-hmm.
From her Marge Simpson necklace to the blur of her face to how her hair goes around her ears. And literally, that is the scene of her. So
I think you're focusing on the wrong thing there.
That's the only thing. Like, I don't know what you want. Like, is like, oh, if you turn it upside down, in fact, it's an old lady with a long nose. Like, what do you want?
It's not about Ranka's mom.
She's the only one in the flashback.
It's actually about the flashback at all, really. It's about the entire
You're
episode.
saying that when I slowed everything down at 0.25% speed and watched her entire flashback, that in fact, I didn't miss anything because I saw the entire flashback and it has nothing to do with the flashback. So, I also should say I stared at the image of the broken picture frame of theirs to the point where I'm talking about the background and how it looks like they're on the same planet, so which means they must have been living here for a while, and she's got memories of looking up at the landed Macross, even though she gets attacked later in a commercial transport.
It is related to this, but...
Grace was the dog.
Oh, no. There's images in that episode that if you slow it down, you should have seen, but you would not have seen them in the flashback. You would have seen it as part of the bigger episode, particularly at the end of the episode.
I watched every frame of Barira going over his own memories to the point where I had to think, oh, he must be getting these shots from his own from security cameras that he hacked. But then again, how did he get a shot of his own ass from behind on a cliffside that had no security cameras and no one was standing behind him? I have questioned every shot of everyone's memories.
This is not the episode I'm talking about.
Oh, cool. So you're saying I'm wrong about an episode that you're wrong about?
No, because I jumped back to Seed, and I shouldn't have jumped back to Seed because that's not what I'm talking about. It's like, well, it's not a
all I'm saying is that I focused as much attention as I could at 3 to 4 a.m. in the morning on watching the episode at 0.25% speed, by the way. So you're like, you didn't pay enough attention. Fuck you, is my response to that. I went well beyond. I looked at every shot. There was no questionable shot in Barrera's memory because his memory was all current events. Because, fact check here, he doesn't have past memories. It's his whole story arc right now. There's nothing to be pointed out in the picture that Alto breaks because, once again, her mother is hidden behind Barira. And the top of her face is covered by a shine.
Yeah, but again, you're focusing on
everything that seems like it's a hint for something. Yes, I focused on all of that stuff. I literally brought up all the other shit too, like the fact that the queen has the gems, the same gems that Leon's conspiracy partners want, and has all the tie-ins to Cheryl's earring gems that her mother gave her, and the fact that Ranka glows from the midsection in the same way, denoting some sort of fault wave. I have brought up every minute detail from that episode. And you're like, oh, well, it's a shame you missed the one thing. And I feel a little incensed. This from the person who couldn't remember one of the characters on the board who died, who was also flashed to during that episode. I guess you don't remember all the Polaroid pictures we got of her. But you might even remember her hair color is red. This isn't aided, by the way, of the fact you're clearly trying to go back and find it, and you can't yourself find it. You who knows is having a hard time, versus me who's scoured the whole episode for clues and don't know what you're talking about.
We've seen this. Might not be this episode, but we have seen it.
Once again, you're in the know and you can't find it, whatever it is you're looking for, which is not a great clue of how easily spotted this thing is. Conversely, is it possible that you're remembering something that hasn't happened yet and then claiming that I have missed it? Stomach glows in episode 7, as well as past episodes.
Okay, it's not this episode then. It was the episode before that.
Great, so I missed something from an episode where nothing actually happened.
But now I know we've seen it already, so I'm not talking out of turn. Yeah, because it's in 13 episodes when Mother says the song is not from Earth.
You could have just said that. You've been saying that constantly.
Yeah, that's in episode 13. So that's what
What
I
Mother?
misremembered. Huh? Okay.
Also,
Ranka's mom.
the song not being from Earth doesn't mean shit. What are you talking about? There's multiple inhabited planets in the Macross universe, the world building. Oh, the song doesn't come from Earth. It comes from Eden. The next planet over, literally the second planet we colonized. It doesn't come from Earth. It comes from that planet of weird people who have snake things around their neck. And all they do is talk about shit on the radio all day. You might remember it from the whale graveyard. It doesn't come from Earth. It comes from the ice planet where Macross 7 landed.
No.
I'm saying it doesn't come from Earth doesn't mean anything in the space travel epic about a bunch of fleets that are colonizing planets. It's literally the most meaningless statement you could say. In fact, it could come from the Frontier Fleet, and technically it wouldn't come from Earth. All of Basara's songs don't come from Earth. They all come from Macross 7. The location.
Yeah, no, that's not what I'm talking about.
Oh, I'm not saying that your indication is that Mom says the song didn't come from Earth. Unless she says specifically where it comes from, then it's a meaningless statement.
Okay.
Like if she doesn't say, oh, this song comes from 500,000 years ago on discs we found on the ruins of Earth after the Andrade destroyed everything. In fact, it was a young woman that worked on the SDF Macross that found it after she was having a holiday with her boyfriend. You know what? If she had something very specific like that, sure. But if all she said was, this song doesn't come from Earth. No shit. We're not on Earth while you're telling me. You could have made up the song right now on this weird alien planet, and it wouldn't have come from Earth.
I am sure we've seen it, and I don't know why I'm not picking it up right now.
Well, again,
anyway.
You're the one who knows. So if you can't find it and you know, and I'm a random viewer, how am I expected to know? I'm just incensed if you think it didn't come from Earth is a clue. That should just be normal everyday statement. Hey, like my shoes? They didn't come from Earth. No shit, Earth is one planet among all the planets we've settled on. Not Earth should be a name brand in Macross.
I'm gonna find it, and I'm sure it was in these episodes. So, because I remember seeing it. So yeah, it's just for some reason I'm missing it. But yeah.
And you expected me, in my 3 to 4 a.m. notes, to have spotted this thing. Whatever it is. And again, I hope to God it didn't come from Earth. I know I've been ranting against that for the last 5 minutes, but I don't think you're fully wrapping your brain around this. We're basically Stargate at this point. We're all over the place. It would be easier to say where it is from. This is a song of the proto-culture. Oh, really? That's something. I've only heard that once before. But instead, it's not from Earth.
Yeah.
Me, who's constantly pointing out, hey, that tea Gamlen's drinking, that's from Eden. Gamlen's not like, you should try this tea. It's not from Earth. You know? What the fuck would that mean? How about the, what were they called? Hydras?
Yeah,
Hydras, those aren't from Earth. Doesn't make them super mysterious. They're from Eden, by the way. Just like the tea is. Doesn't make them 500,000 years old or anything. Just makes them not from Earth. By the way, the VF-21 and the VF-17, not from Earth either. They're from Eden.
They're tested in Eden. They're not really there.
Well, to be fair, the guy who developed them, also on Eden. So, if I had to logic it out, I'd probably say he developed them on Eden.
Yeah.
Doesn't make them super mysterious or super important. They're just not from Earth. Isamu, from Earth. Mylene, probably not from Earth. But I had to bet she was probably born on a Macross vessel of some sort.
Mylene?
Yeah. She's young. She's young. The ship's been on travel for a long time.
No, she was probably born in Macross 7.
I don't know if Macross 7's how long it's been traveling for how old she is. Guvava, not from Earth.
Who?
Again, just being not from Earth doesn't make you super mysterious. T comes from not from Earth. Firebomber, not from Earth. Because assumedly they assembled not on Earth. Ironically, Macross Frontier, not from Earth. That launches from Eden. Same as Macross Galaxy, not from Earth.
It must have been one of these episodes, because I swear to God we've seen it. And I actually I was like, aha. And then...
Pretty damning, the whole element of, haha, I pointed this out, can't find it now, and it never came up in any of your notes.
I didn't bring a note.
No, you're indicating to me that I've missed it, which means that you're saying I pointed it out, it's very important, none of your stuff ever mentioned it in your notes, and now I can't seem to find it. And my only clue is that you've entered into this whole search with, it's not from Earth, which is causing me to go on a mental tirade that I'm going to have to figure out when I edit this, if I'm keeping any of this in until you find it, or if I'm cutting out the whole middle section until you find
Yeah,
where
you're probably going to
for.
have to find it, and I'm not going to keep looking for it.
Because my alternative is the 20-minute segment where I list everything that's not from Earth. Just a clip of a chapter of, here at the 1 hour mark, and call it the Not From Earth segment, and then here at the 120 mark, Lessons finds what he's looking for.
No, unless I did skip forward, in which case, it's my bet.
Because obviously I don't know what you're looking for.
Well, I do, and I can't find it, so it's my problem. I don't want to go into that. Never mind.
I mean, I'm fairly comprehensive on every one of my notes. I know, because all my note sections are half an hour long. So...
I'm sure we saw it, but now I can't find it. And that pisses me off because I'm sure I saw it.
Which makes me doubt if you even saw it at all. Because I don't, frankly, remember any of your aha moments that weren't a thing that I had already noted before. So, I'm frankly, it's going to be disappointing for both of us if you finally find it after all this time, and it's something, I was like, oh yeah, I already talked about that. Don't you remember the 20-minute conversation we had back in episode 12? I guess that implies that they killed the dog.
Oh, the dog might have died of old age.
Or on board a carrier. Civilian transport.
Not a dog carrier. Yeah.
Well, if the rest of her family, which apparently not even the rest of her family, because if all of my small, tiny theories were actually right, none of her family's dead and she got PTSD for no reason. Like, if either Grace or the alien queen, the Vajra queen, are her mother, well, technically Alto just killed her mom, but either way, they were both alive. If Ozma was her dad, still alive. If her brother was on the transport, still alive. Literally the only one that could have died. I'm not saying all of my little theories were right. I'm just saying that it'd be funny if they all were. and literally she got hard PTSD because her dog was on a civilian transport by itself for some reason. Dog was pilot. Unless the dog is actually that little green pet thing, also transformed into a Vajra.
I don't think they could do that, but
who's they?
The Vajra.
I don't know what the virus does. We've been shown the virus. I've mentioned the virus many times in case that's the one thing you're looking for. And that near the end of the episode, there was a shot of the virus going out after cells. But I've talked about the virus at length well before that shot. So there would be no reason for me to bring it up because we saw an image of it. Because it only confirms everything I've already been saying, and I don't need a reconfirmation of shit that I've already been proven to be true.
What is your theory about the virus?
Oh God, I don't remember now. I've talked about it so much that you have to go back to previous episodes. I'd have to do what you just did, and go back to all of our previous recordings to listen to my notes about it. Because very specifically, I keep bringing up the fact that everyone has to get blood tested. I think I mentioned the Hydra infection from a couple episodes back. I can't remember. The Vajra infect you somehow, and it does something. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Okay.
And literally, yes, there was a scene in the last couple of episodes that showed the virus as, I guess it's actually as a virus because it has like that little top head thing, but they show it attacking a cell. Is that what you were looking for?
That was what I was.
I could literally have told you I've seen it.
Okay.
But again, I have been talking about the virus at least 3 episodes from the very beginning when Renka had to get her blood tested a bunch of times because they came in contact with the Vajra, and then I said, oh, the Vajra must have some infectious thing that can be processed that must do something, and then I continued with that with a couple of notes, and then there was, I can't remember, something else, and the last one was literally back when they said the whole Hydras are infected thing, so we've been eliminating the Hydras, and I had something else that I had written out. I'd literally have to go back and listen to the recordings, because unfortunately, this is one of the... it's only in the solo reaction shows that I keep the notes.
Yeah.
In like one solid long thing. When we go back and forth, I kind of expect you to remember some of what I said, because we're operating off of each other. So if you don't remember what I said...
Your theory about Ranka is that she is part Nome.
That is... Well, no, I even just said this episode that I think she's half Vajra. But I've been saying that shit for a long time. So if you don't remember my theories about shit in our back and forth about my stuff, then I don't know. I'm kind of screwed. I'd have to go back and...
Because you've been saying all along that...
I literally said this episode that I think I might have been wrong about the Nome thing, in that last episode gave us a lot of clues that she wouldn't be. See, you don't even remember the things I said this episode. So I don't know where to go from here.
So you moved your theory from not a Nome.
No, I didn't give up on the Nome thing. I just said there was a lot of evidence that proves me wrong. I even said that it's like 95% chance that I'm wrong, but I'm holding on to that 5% chance just in case.
Yeah.
I said I don't know where to go from here, in that you don't remember all the shit that I've said. It's not your job to remember everything I said, but as a co-host, we have a back and forth thing where I would have thought, like...
You said that while she was in the elevator, and she was like, oh, I'm so,
No, I said that was in my notes. This is before we started watching the show. Yeah, there's nothing happening. I was just talking to you. This is one of those, did you pick up the kids? What do you mean? I told you to pick up the kids. Where are the kids' lessons? Oh, God, you're going to get fired from the force.
We're not picking up the kids.
Well, no, because there's some mysteries you're not supposed to solve, remember? And you did. Where are the kids' lessons? See, you remember that one. You don't remember all my theories about the virus, even though you knew the virus was something you should have remembered.
I do remember the
Yeah,
virus.
but you don't remember what I was saying about the virus to even think about how close I am to getting anything right. In fact, you don't even remember when I was talking about it today. So
I do remember the percentage you said, and that you were like, see, that's the thing. I'm trying to not.
Yeah, but I'm saying is that
enforce-
you have to know how close I am to avoid saying the things to me that would just like tip me off. So the fact you don't even pay attention to it. I've been saying stuff about a virus since, God, it must have been episode 2 when Ranky was getting the blood tests and she was stuck at the hospital with Ozma, and then Ozma goes and talks to Catherine. Alto was there too. Yeah, it's this episode
He
right
gets blood
after the
tested,
very
too.
first Vajra assault. So yeah,
And he gets blood tested.
I was literally talking about a virus way back then.
And in this episode, we have the situation where Grace either switches or destroys. Well, she destroys one vial.
So it must have been a
Wow.
month ago that I was bringing up the virus again, because that's when the Hydra would have been coming up, and we would have been talking about the fact the Hydra are from Eden, the Hydra are infected by a virus, all this shit. So a month ago I was talking about the virus, and then again today I've mentioned the virus. So, and you're like, you missed it, and went on a half an hour hunt to tell me a thing I already knew and told you about from the beginning. Again, this is like the thing with Macross. I'm typically right or right-ish about a number of things right from the get-go, and then I latch onto them, and then I explore the space based on the things that I get right.
Yeah.
And it hurts, Lessons. It hurts to know that you don't pay any attention.
I do pay attention.
You don't remember
that
me bringing up the virus to the point where you thought, oh, he wouldn't have noticed the virus thing, and then went on a manhunt to find one image of a virus. I remember it very specifically. It's even in sepia tone for some reason, because it's a flashback memory thing, even though it's not a thing we ever saw before. So it must be a memory that she doesn't remember having. I pay attention. Just because it's 3 or 4 a.m. only affects the quality of my typing, the notes.
Okay.
I do fall asleep when I'm watching the show. You know what that means? That I watch it multiple times. I go back. Ah, shit, I fell asleep again. Let me go back to the part that I remember. All right, let's watch it
3
again.
in the morning, so if you don't fall asleep at 3 in the morning, then yeah. Well, you do suffer from insomnia, so I know that much. And so do I. But yeah.
Yeah, I have a real difficulty sleeping.
I do pay attention.
Well, I don't know. It's the weird part where we do a reaction channel together where the impetus is the stuff we talk about the show. I'm glad you remember the personal stuff we share with one another. But at the same point,
I'm paying attention. I am paying attention.
Yeah, just not about the show stuff, which is weird. I can't believe it. I mean, at this point, my problem is that I've said all my virus theories in the past, and I've indicated right now, right now I am indicating, but I've indicated before, I got a shit memory. That's why I say it out loud, and I hope that you, who knows, will input back at me something. But
yeah, because the thing is, okay, well, we're getting to the point where I think most of the mysteries, well, except for what the hell's happening with the galaxy and
well, no, the whole interconnected network of who's doing what and why is still unknown. That's politics.
Yeah,
I said it before. Human politics is the hardest fucking thing
and
to
I'm
understand.
also trying to filter because, again, I said this before. The movies change a couple of things here and there, and I don't want to misremember stuff from the movies, which are 2 of them, and attribute them to the series.
You know, it's funny
which I watched.
You bring that up because the girl doesn't die in the movie.
The member of a fairy team.
You mean
that's
Pixie?
Fairy team. Pixie team, yeah.
Pixies and fairies are different.
No, because
you'll be killed in fantasy England if you don't get this right.
Yeah, Pixie team because the Galactic Fairy is Cheryl.
Yes. Yeah, I know she doesn't die in the movie because when she died, I wanted to verify a piece of information about her, so I visited her wiki page.
And they tell you don't die in the movie.
Yeah, well, it says that she's not shown dying in the movie, so I assume she still dies. She's not shown. No, because Clan, specifically during an earlier episode, and I couldn't remember which one, and it was 4 a.m. in the morning, so I shortcutted my way here. By the way, the wiki doesn't say either.
Oh, she's the one who talks to Alto explaining the whole deal with Clang Clang. I think it is.
Nope.
Or is it Clang Clang talking to Alto about?
Yep. You've got
about
the
Michael?
wrong thing. But anyway, Clang Clang tells Alto, I believe, when he's asking something about the Centrati. No, about the base. They're talking about the base. About the fact that some Centrati are just fucking weird about this whole human relationship thing. And she talks about the fact that one of the two members on her team were the ones that originally joined her way back when the Centrati joined up with the humans right after the battle over Earth. And I'm pretty sure she's talking about this one, red hair.
This can't be true.
It is
because
true.
we know Clang Clang is of the same age as Michael. They grew up together.
She says it. You want us to go back to the episodes again?
Let's
see, what episode is the one before they go to the planet? That's probably where she talks about
because
it.
Where there's a memory where Michael is literally playing with they're both kids and he's playing with a.
That would imply that Michael is older than he looks then. Because she does say it. God, here's the problem is that I delete every episode after I'm done taking notes on it. So I do the editing first, and then I go back and I rewatch to take notes, and then I delete it to save hard drive space.
God, I
God.
should do, by the way.
So what?
But I'm not. I should do because I can see it on Crunchyroll. I don't need to keep it.
Here's the thing: is I'm never gonna remember this off the top of my head. That's why I went back to try and wiki it this morning. But she does say it when she's describing the Centrati relationship with humans, specifically in regards to, would it be fastest delivery? That's when they goes there. It's either that or missing birthday. Okay, yeah. She has the conversation in missing birthday. But I don't. Hold on, I gotta go. Alright, I'm just looking at people's comments about it, and this one, Clan adds comforting note that the Centrati and Galaxy 4 are the sort that aren't going to get along with puny humans, which implies that that's when she must have the conversation. So I just need to find where in the episode she says that. Sorry, here's another comment. Clan's nipples in her macronized form are bigger than Kathy's head. And then someone taking a screenshot. Clan's info on the 33rd Naval Fleet shows the trouble might be on the horizon there. It's the fleet made up of Centrati, but not Centrati who had allied with humanity during the war. Rather, they were Centrati who were subjugated by humanity after the war ended. Yeah, like I said, she has the conversation there. So, what did I say? Episode 11. Go to,
Oh. But the implication is that she might be older than Michael. And he was a little kid. Maybe? I don't know. That makes it weird. Because he clearly has feelings for her.
Let's see, episode 11. That website has been taken down. Cool. Another website I can't go to for this shit.
Okay, and the Wikipedia says, however, her actual intention is to, they mentioned that they're childhood friends, basically.
I don't know what you're looking up. It seems different from what I'm looking up. Okay, Cross Frontier, episode 11. Just need to find part of the episode with Clank Clan in it. I think she's only in the episode the one time, so it'll be whatever she says there. And of course, this website doesn't want to load.
Anyway, I think we're going down a rabbit hole of she's talking to Grace, right?
Yeah. Why'd you find where it is?
Yeah. She said they're descendants.
What time?
12:04 in my video.
Of course,
Nene and I are descendants.
I was 12 minutes, 12 seconds past that.
Yeah. Nene and I are descendants from the Centrati who were first joined humanity's side in the first intergalactic war.
Hold on, it's taking this thing forever to load any timestamp.
So that makes sense. They're children because they're descendants from that. Okay.
It takes every two. Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Missed the word descendants then, I guess.
It happens.
But again, I'm spotting all this shit and it's staying in my head, even if it's just one generation off of being true.
Oh, I mean, that means that they wouldn't be childhood friends, and therefore the age difference would be problematic.
I mean, it's already problematic. One's a fucking child in their micronized form.
Yeah, but it's a genetic. They explain it.
Oh yeah, that makes it easy to explain.
Yeah. It's a 1,000. Oh, she's really 1,000 years old.
You know, I'm just gonna pull out. Michael's gonna be sitting on the bus, pull out a phone, you know, look at pictures of his girlfriend, claim in micronized form. No, it's not weird. It's my girlfriend. Get your hands off of me.
Yeah. No, she's really 1,000 years old. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, you don't understand.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's after that huge rabbit hole,
which turned out to be unfruitful on both ends.
Yeah.
One, it turns out I knew everything about the virus anyway, has been given the details to us. And I was wrong about Clan's backstory.
So yeah, that's it. That's his episode. Clip show with a couple added bits, including people dropping blood vials from up on high, because that's how you get rid of blood, apparently.
Well, yeah, because they've got those things that clean the ground.
Robots, yeah.
Because it's a bio ship, and they're recycling everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, she's probably trying to hide evidence of what she did.
Mm-hmm.
Not that that's how that works. But she should be getting blood tested, like, more than just that one time.
Yeah.
Especially given how, you know, hard up for it they are since episode 2.
I mean, multiple times, but it would if she's banking on the possibility that the drug will then be absorbed by the body and, you know.
No, I'm not talking about Grace in this aspect. I'm talking about the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
For one thing, they would be worried about exposure to alien organisms the same way that they were back in episode 2 when they were taking so much other blood. Unless the indication is that they were taking a lot more blood from Ranka because they know. But that would imply a lot of people know, and just not some of our main characters. But either way, yeah, that should still be taking more blood than that, especially given what she's been through and exposure to, or exposed to, more than one vial.
And well, I mean, she can destroy the vial. Remember, Grace can hack into the.
Yeah, but she can't change what people see with their own eyes. So if someone's doing a test on it, like, in the moment, Grace can change what the records show after the fact, but she can't change what the person literally hand entering the information might see.
It might be all automated these days, you know, being the future.
No, you don't automate a centrifuge. The centrifuge, you know, separates the blood from the particulates, then you have to measure and test the blood itself. There's a lot of physical stuff you have to do before that stuff goes into an automated system.
There's not much I know about that. Anyway, yeah, that's it.
Well, I get lapsed so often, so
I can see that.
I don't have track marks on my arm. What the fuck are you talking about? I can see that.
Not literally. I didn't mean it that way. I meant in saying
that's not my test. That's my meth habit. What are you talking about?
They would do. Anyway, yeah.
Sorry, now I'm just thinking of getting like arm tattoos around here. Not because I want like cool tribal tattoos, but I gotta hide the strap marks for every time I tie myself off.
Yeah.
So now you know every time you see those tribal arm tattoos, it's for their hiding their meth habit.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Well, this has been a lot of extra time for literally no payoff.
Nope.
All right. Oh, I don't even know where to go from here. What a fucking stupid edit this is gonna be. Anyway, I've been Theta. This has been Lessons. We've been Stone-Faced Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below, and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?